So some of you guys may have seen some perspectives in other people's videos, especially my videos where I'm showing off other people's perspectives of them playing the game. You see that their FOV is like really zoomed out, or it's really big. You know, they're able to see a lot more around them and whatnot. And it's not really a secret on how to, I guess, achieve an FOV like that. There is a glitch with tech leggings, but the problem is when you transfer off server or log off, your FOV resets. So there is a way to force a high FOV and actually make your own custom FOV, and that's what I'm going to be showing you in today's video. Now, I'm going to be putting in timestamps to like each, I guess, part of the video, because you're basically going to have to repeat this process in certain situations. For example, when your game crashes, sometimes your settings get reset, or when your computer crashes and you get like a blue screen of death from Windows, it sometimes uninstalls the game, and of course when you uninstall the game, you get to reinstall it, and that resets your settings. So to start off here, you just want to open up Steam, go to your library. Also, I hate this new Steam update. I hate this library. There's probably like a legacy theme you can probably download. But you want to go to ARK, right click on it, go to properties, go to local files, and then click on browse local files. So this is the fastest way to open up like basically the location of where you have ARK installed. For those who, I guess, want to do it manually, you know, the file path's up here. You just gotta know what drive you have ARK installed on. But once you're here, you're gonna want to double click on shooter game, saved, and then config, and then Windows no editor. And here you're gonna see a file called game user settings. Now I'm gonna leave a timestamp to the actual tutorial, but I'm just gonna take a pause here and explain what this file is, because it's a really useful file. And here's why. This file saves all of your settings. Like, for example, if you have your music turned down, this file will basically have that recorded. If you have your FOV turned up like I do, it'll have that recorded. If you have certain graphic settings, this file will have that recorded. Let's say your friend sees that you have good graphics, that get good FPS and whatever, and they ask for your graphic settings. You don't have to, you know, send them a picture of your settings or tell them what to, you know, what to choose or whatever. You can literally copy and paste this file and they'll have the exact same settings as you. And this is really useful for those who actually reinstall ARK every week, because ARK tends to basically kind of duplicate its own files and take up a lot of space on people's computers. So instead of, you know, having to redo all your settings, you can just have a copy of this file and bring it back in here in order to, you know, set your settings. So that's my little spiel on why this file is really important. So for those who, I guess, want to know how to change your FOV, you want to double click on the file, and Discord just popped off. Alright, so if you don't have the text going from, you know, top to bottom like this, you're going to want to go to format and go to word wrap, and it should fix it. But yeah, as you can see, these are basically all of your settings. You see at the very top, you know, your master volume, your music volume, sound effects, in-game voice, UI scale, all that stuff. But the one we're going to be looking at is FOV multiplier. It's like 10 lines in. It's kind of hard to miss. So if you have the FOV multiplier like in-game all the way to the right, it should say 1.250000. So this is basically the capped FOV. So in order to go over the cap, or I guess increase your FOV, you're going to want to choose a number that's, you know, higher than 1.25. But the one, for some reason, I'm not exactly sure how they scale this. Like, I know in other games it's like an actual number, but here we have, you know, 1 point and then a number. For example, I think like Destiny and Call of Duty, they'll have 105 for like the maximum FOV, or I think Call of Duty is 120. I'm going to say the max you should probably put in this is, instead of 1.25, you're going to put 1.50. And then you want to click save. Now keep in mind you actually can't have ARK running, or else whenever you click save, it immediately reverts the changes. Now anything above 1.25 may not look good, but on top of not looking good, it can sometimes bug your game out. Like, you can have maybe like a camera that's not really attached to you. I think you can have, like, instead of your arms at the bottom of your screen, like at the top. Like, there's a bunch of buggy stuff that happens when you change stuff in this file. But 1.50, that's basically what you're going for. Once you have it saved, you close that, close all of this, and then you launch ARK. Okay, I awake it. But I mean, you can't really see it when I'm in a tech pod, but when I'm out like this, you can see my hands. They're really, tiny, kind of stretched. Same with, going around, like, when I look up and down. This is increased FOV. It's noticeable in third person. Yeah, so that's how you do it, and you'll know if you did it right when you open up your settings and you look at the FOV. There's no slider. So some people actually prefer, I don't even think I have anything on this server actually, but some people actually prefer this for like PvP. Like, I guess you're a Fabby, an assault rifle. Like, look at how, okay, this is a lot of names, hold on. Yeah, so this is what the assault rifle looks like. It's all stretched. But when you actually zoom in, like for example, with something with a scope, it's proper FOV. Nothing changes when you zoom in, but when you zoom out, it's stretched. So some people use this just so they can actually see what's around them a lot easier, but at further distances, it's harder. I don't know, it's pretty nice. Like, anybody that plays an FPS and plays on max FOV, but then they go to ARK and, the FOV is kind of capped pretty low, this is a way to extend it. I think I've only done this once, and when I did do it, I didn't put 1.50. I put 1.40 or 1.35. I only did it a little bit. This is a little overboard, but this is what most people use, 1.50. So hopefully this was, helpful. There are timestamps that are going to be in the video and in the description for those who are coming back in order to redo all these settings again, because like I said, you're gonna be doing this quite a lot, especially if you want to like stay on this FOV. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's also not that great. Like I said, this is not like, it's not really good looking. It's just when you go into third person or even in first person, you get to see like way more. You might not see it in a video, so if you are gonna be recording, if you do actually care about, your viewers being able to see stuff, then I wouldn't increase your FOV. I kind of noticed that when I first did it. But if you're a PvPer and someone who is actually able to, analyze the battlefield and, make up a plan, then, having a high FOV is really key, just so you can actually see the entire place and make a plan. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. If you guys did find this helpful, especially I guess the people who were wondering how to do this, because I do get a lot of comments asking me, why does this guy have a different FOV than you, or why is it so stretched, why is it so zoomed out? I don't know, kind of held back on making a video on this because I felt like it just wasn't something that I was meant to really share. But it's nothing harmless, it's really just preference. It should probably be an in-game option either way. But if you guys did find this helpful, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, as it gives me motivation to actually sit down and edit videos. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.